Hey, hey. I've not put a video out in quite some time. I needed a break. I'm sure y'all needed a break from me also. Um, no, I had to step away. It was getting a bit too much. Um, I am making this video today though. I think I can come up with something a little original, maybe even cohesive. We'll see. Um, we're here in the States. We're still the the culture wars rage on. It's been well documented that uh, every major entertainment platform, Hollywood in general, Netflix, Disney Plus, everybody has been infected with pretty much every major institution in America. Academia. It started in academia and it's filtered all the way down through the military. God help us all. Um, but it's been well documented about the entertainment industry has most of it, 80-90% of it, is infected with the mind virus of race essentialism and diversity and inclusion and equity and uh, victimhood mentality and hierarchies are bad and anyway, all that cultural Marxism bullshit that you've heard me rant on, and you've probably heard hundreds of other people rant about. I'm gonna rant about. I'm gonna rant about it also, but it's they're starting to tread on my waters now, and I'm pissed. Um, I don't play a lot of video games. I'm very niche. I'm very. I like to play D&D like high fantasy on my PC. PC is still master race. I've not touched a console in 10, 12 years, I guess. Um, and I've noticed the two or three games I enjoy playing. When you're making out a character, they're now asking for your pronouns. To make matters worse, um, I love playing Dungeons and Dragons. My family has humored me enough. They're enjoying it. They say they're enjoying it. I'm gonna have to take their words for it. I can't help but think they're just humoring the old man here, because I am DMing. I am running a very simple 5e D&D campaign with them. They've made out their characters. I've gotten them to third level. I'm having a blast. I hope they are too. They say they are. Wizards of the Coast, the official, let me stand up straight when I say their name, Wizards of the Coast, who owns all the copyrights of official Dungeons and Dragons, are quite proud of the new source book they've put out, the new campaign book, hardback book that they're about to release. Um, uh, uh, the the Radiant Citadel, Adventures in the Radiant Citadel, or something of that sort, and it's woke, where all the cultures are included and everybody's represented, and these writers and the CEOs and all the higher ups in Wizards of the Coast have gone online for interview after interview saying um, that they want all cultures are equal, and they're trying to make they're trying to get away from conflict. I don't they haven't outright said that yet, but that you can see the writing on the wall. That's where they're heading. Um, where they're they're making orcs and drow and goblins are no longer evil. Drow is the dark elf race. They're elfin, and they originate, they're subterranean, and they worship a large spider demon goddess. But they're not evil. Okay. It's all moral relativism for them now, which is completely ridiculous. Any good story, and that's all role-playing games are. I don't care if it's high fantasy like I enjoy, or the Wild Wild West, or space. There's, if you can think of a genre of story, there's a role-playing game for it out there. And I'm just talking. I've been playing DnD. I played Gamma World and is it Top Spy? I've played many role-playing games over the years. Ever since I was knee-high or grasshopper, I've played dozens of different role-playing games. My favorite being Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway, you have to have conflict. You have to have some type of tension or friction. You have to have good guys. You have to have bad guys. You have to have some kind of friction and growth and progress, or it's not a good story. Read a good book. C.S. Lewis Screwtape Letters. You know, this is two demons talking to each other. Kind of bad guys there. They're wanting, it seems like they're just wanting D&D sessions to be pillow fights now. I'm sorry. Not every campaign, not every session. You know, I've played some where, yeah, the combat is gruesome and you are knee deep in gore, hack and slash. I've played those, and not everyone's been that. A lot of puzzle solving, a lot of actual character development. People forget this. It's role playing, not role playing as in dice. You're portraying a character, and the higher ups in D&D are going woke, and I'll have none of it. I'm not going to purchase any of their product. I'm going to stick with my homebrew stuff. Critical Role's kind of been bumping up against the woke stuff, but they've not fully embraced it yet, so I'm still with them until then. But I refuse to throw any money to any company. See you later. I had a Disney Plus. I was a subscriber. No longer. They want to. Disney is now openly embracing leftist agenda and putting to the forefront a leftist agenda. They're not going to get my money anymore. Wizard of the Coast, you're not going to have my money anymore. I pre-bought Baldur's Gate 3, D&D type video, one of the few video games I do enjoy. I bought early access. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it if they continue down this route, because I need to look into the Baldur's Gate is by Larian Studios, but I've also seen advertisements where they're closely linked with Wizards of the Coast D&D, so I don't know where that is. If Baldur's Gate goes woke, I'll wash my hands of it. Leave my games out of it, guys. And my music. Business Frank is the best. Over the last few years, we've been together for forever, but over the last few years, I've just offhandedly mentioned I would love to own Frank Zappa's Joe's Garage on vinyl. And she bought it for me. Kind of wish she hadn't told me how much it was, because it was an obscene amount of money, but I'm glad she did. This is a triple album that was released in '79 that could not be made today because of idiot woke people. Sorry, Frank, about what we've done to your world, man. If he was around, he'd be pissed. That album could not be produced today. There's a couple incredibly obscene songs on that album. I love them to death. My musical tastes have always been very eclectic. I love everything from GBH to Gordon Lightfoot, from Judas Priest to Jim Croce. And I haven't noticed in my little corner of the world, I haven't noticed wokeism infecting the music. But then again, I listen to my CDs. Yes, I have CDs, and it's me and Pandora, where I can select exactly who I listen to and when. So it's not like I'm listening to any modern day contemporary music. So y'all have at it if that's woke. Also, I'm not gonna mess with it. Wizards of the Coast, you're making a big mistake. If anything good came of all the bullshit with government lockdowns and COVID, was the renaissance of Dungeons and Dragons. Does the phrase "go woke, go broke" mean anything to you? You're gonna feel good for a while because you're pandering to the LGBTQ blah 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 crowd, and you're gonna make a few sales. You're gonna make a few bucks. But it's not going to last. All this is going to fizzle out in a year or two. I hope. So there.